Hi, I'm Real Generic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 7, Volume 9. Right, this week we have two tapes, as promised, from Ben Steele. God, I was going to get that wrong for a second there. He has a channel, and I can't remember what it is, but I'll find out what it is and I'll put it in the description below. So it'll be down there somewhere. So it'll be Ben's channel. It's kind of like odd assortments of odds and sods, if I remember rightly. Anyway, he sent me a batch of tapes. It was a big box. I think I showed it last week, didn't I? I think I definitely did. Anyway, in there's a lot of C15s. Now, I've had a busy week this week, so I'm going to have to make this a shorter episode than usual. So we actually have Iridium, which I thought was a great tape to actually have. Brilliant shoot 'em up on a Mighty Boots tape, so I'm hoping that works. And on the other side is Firelord. Oh, actually, I've just remembered there is some details on that. I'll get that in a second. So there's Firelord on the other side, which is a sort of an adventure game of sorts. Yes, it's an adventure game. I can't remember what the aim of Firelord was, to be honest with you. But I'll come back. I'll go grab that right now. You stay there. Hang on. 1 second. I'm just going to get it. Hang on. That's here. So he sent me this collection of tapes. I'm back, by the way. Sent me this collection of tapes, and I had a load of paperwork with it, like that. Big pile of paperwork. And I was flishing through it, and I was looking for bits and pieces. There we go. There's Firelord. So it's got the Firelord instructions there. It's for trading objects, timescapes, ribbons, hands to cheat somebody, may not have to surrender the objects if you nick them, occupancy displays, portcullises that have to pay to go through, supplies and food, and all this kind of stuff. I love these when people put these in here that they've drawn up themselves. Then there's the screen itself, which has got ribbons, hands, offers, energy, bartering energy, weapons, gala-hearted objects, and types of services. So that was the Firelord one. I'm going to put that in there. So we got it with the Iridium stuff. So we got Firelord and Iridium. And as I say, I'm going to do a short one this week because I've kind of run out of time. I've been really busy. I've been doing things on and off. It's not really stopped. I've had phone calls this morning and I wasn't expecting them on a weekend. So I've had those as well. So we got Firelord and Iridium, which I thought was a great one. And then we got this other one. And I thought we'd do this one as well. He had some 60-minute ones, but they were a bit odd. It's partly rewind. I didn't realise that. So this is Underworld, though. And this is Nightlaw, and this is another one where somebody's handwritten it. And I love these. You've got to love the effort that we went to back into in the day for doing it. But at least it's got the instructions on this one. So we got the the QW, RET, and QWERTY basically kind of thing. Something to pick up the ropes, instructions for dropping items for Underworld. And then we've got Nightlaw's instructions as well on how we do stuff with that now. So the other thing I wanted to show you as well when I found it, because I was looking through all those things, there's piles of stuff, is I also found, and I'm going to put a picture of this all on the screen so you can see it, but anyway, it's like the alternative software ones. Got to be alternative. So there we go. From WH Smiths and John Menzies, who are now just a publishing, not a publishing company, a sort of a distribution network now, I think, still. Anyway, so we've got those. So we've got those. So without further messing around, because we love the sound of tapes, we'll get that into a drive and we'll give it a try. Okay, so the tape is in the drive. As I said, a slightly shorter one this week. Been a busy week, and I've really kind of... I normally do a few videos in the evenings during the week, but I've been so exhausted and sort of working and doing normal life things and whatever else it is. It's just been a bit tiring recently. Anybody else feel that? A bit tired recently? Certainly a bit tired. I could do with a holiday, but you can't go anywhere, can you? Well, you can go somewhere in the UK, but it's jam-packed, and you can't go abroad because maybe if you get back you might have to spend 14 days not working, which is the kind of the thing. But anyway, something will change, hopefully. Let's do that. Anyway, down to 48k. We'll go with load dit. Now, I have actually just given the or load speech. I have given the drive a quick clean. Thanks to Daryl for that. I used my cleaner that he sent me. He gave me a cleaner that was from the 80s, and it seems that they're more robust than they are nowadays. Probably got some really good chemicals, the kind of things that strip paint off, I don't know, space shuttle or something like that in it. So, but anyway, either way, it's very good for cleaning tape drives. So I've given it a clean beforehand. Now this, I've got it in the wrong order because I've got a bit of paper here. This is Night Law. So this is side 1, which is Night Law on this WH Smith's tape. So it's Boots versus WH Smith's. We'll see whether or not which one works first. This is the ultimate play the game one. And actually, to be fair, this is probably the right order thinking about this, doing this Night Law to sort of the games that I've got, because of all of them, they're probably my least favourite of all these ones that we've actually got on this little list, is probably Night Law, because I wasn't very good at it, I think, is probably the reason. I appreciated the new design and the new look of it all, the way that it was something that hadn't been done before. I mean, I love the fact that, this is the sign of the times, wasn't it? I love the fact that back in the day, Ultimate decided to hold back. I don't know if it was Night Law or one of the other ones that was an isometric, but they held it back. I think it was Night Law, though. Held back the launch of Night Law by a year because they weren't sure that the computer gaming group would actually be able to understand this whole new isometric view, which is almost unthought of nowadays. I mean, the things is that we kind of look for innovation and change and all this kind of things, but they felt that this was probably too much for us. Didn't they release something else instead first? Yes, that's right, because they had to, the Saberwolf, wasn't it? Was that the one? Yeah, Saberwolf, because this is like the next part on, isn't it? Because you've now got the amulet. So Saberwolf, basically, the story was a little, what was he called? Saberman, wasn't he? That was what it was, Saberman. Saberman was looking for these gems for a not gems, an amulet, which turns you into a wolf. And Night Law, I think you already have that, and now you're trying to be uncursed from it. I think that's the general gist of it. Correct me in the comments below. Feel free to. As I say, it wasn't one of my. Do you know what? I wasn't a big. You're gonna. You may leave now. It's okay. It's fine. I understand if you don't want to be my friend anymore. But I wasn't a big fan of Saberwolf. And I'm not a big fan of Night Law. However, when we get to Underworld shortly, I liked Underworld. Underworld's different in the sense of that you can't be killed by the enemies. The only thing that can kill you is, I think, the big bosses, isn't it? Is that right? Or is it the enemies? No, the enemies can't kill you, but the falls can. That's the general gist. Oh, I knew that was going to do that. I knew that we weren't going to get away with doing this first time round. So let's give it another try. We'll give it one more try, and then we'll get the tape drive at it. The other tape drive, maybe. It was kind of left halfway along. Do you remember we saw that a moment ago? I did say that when we were looking at it, that it was left halfway along. So that wasn't the best of things. We'll give it another try. Maybe it'll have loosened all up after all this time. So we can see what's going on with it. I've been joined by a small one actually. He's standing over my shoulder. There's some screaming. He's going outside with some crisps, I think, at the moment. I think I wasn't showing enough intention to do anything with the crisps. He's gone. Mum spotted him. It's alright, we're all good. Mum spotted him, so it's fine. He's joined me a few times today. I think it's the weather. You see, he's coming around. All the doors in the house are open and everything, even through to my little grotto here. The doors are open, so he's come and joined me. Anyway, right, okay. Night Law. Yeah, so I wasn't a massive fan of Night Law. I do like the cover though, and I do like the box. In fact, I have the box and the cover, and I really like them. I think they look absolutely gorgeous. But I just wasn't. Yeah, it's a bit like Head Over Heels. Again, another game I feel I should love, and a lot of people adore. Not really got into it. Sam Cruz though, called Sam Cruz. That was cool. I really like that. That was the same people who did School Days and Back to School, with the most huge number of button presses. There's sort of all kinds of buttons to do all kinds of things on it. Yeah, there was so many, wasn't there? Because there was punches and kicks and jumps and opens and rights and all kinds of things. That one blew my mind when I realised that there were so many keys that you could press to do so many things. And of course, the first version I got was a bit like this one, a special version. And we all kind of it was kind of a massive, long, complex thing to learn all of the various
commands that did things like writing on the blackboard for a start. It's one of those things that never knew how to do that initially, but you have to be by the blackboard pushing a button to actually write into the blackboard. But there are loads and loads and loads of buttons in that, and Sam Cruise is a bit like that as well. But it's an adventure game, and I never got very far on it. I know the phone rings, and I'm sure you're meant to be doing something, but I never got very far. But I always liked the look of it. I guess the same thing applies to Night Law as well. I like the look of it. I just never got very good at playing it. I've seen people play through this as well and make it all the way through to being cured from their wolfism, their werewolfism. It's not impossible to do. It's just not one that I've personally managed to do nor get very far in. I get that old screen at the end, that says 2% or something like that, the one that pops up at the end of all these kind of things. That's what happens with them. So we get 2%. Oh no, it's not going to play. It does not want to play. What's the easiest route for this? PlayZX, I think. Maybe PlayZX. Let's PlayZX this. I think that might be the easiest way rather than trying to load that tape, because it's actually, you can still hear the sounds. So I'm just going to guess that it's an old tape. So we'll see if we can PlayZX this. This will be interesting to see. Okay. Night Law. Let's see if it's on PlayZX. Probably isn't. If it is, I'll be surprised. Night Law. Oh, it is. It's there. Oh, wow. And it seems that 1985 there was actually a game, not a game, but a thing called, there's a game or something similar called Night Law Ultimate Play the Game Designer. I didn't even know there was a designer. Did you know there was a designer? Did you ever use the designer? Anyway, right. Okay, that's in. Let's just load it again. Let's push the play button, and let's press the play button now on PlayZX, and let's go for it. So, let's do that. And we are away. It's actually quite a quick loader according to this. It's 2 minutes and 56 seconds. It's not very long, actually. I thought it was longer than that. I would have thought it was longer than that, considering the sort of complexity that's involved in this as a game. Oh, that's a interesting loady bit. Is this a re-release? I bet I probably saw a few re-releases, actually, to be honest with you. Night Law by Ultimate Play the Game. Definitely there. Definitely the one. Right. Haven't got coffee today as well. I'm totally. Here we go. I'm totally discombobulated. I bet you haven't heard that word in a long time. But I feel a bit like that at the moment. I feel a little bit. I'm a little bit one way or the other kind of way at the moment. It's been one of those things. They talk about a national recession, and the last 2 or 3 months, I've had to buy a brand new boiler because my boiler blew up after 13 years. I've had to. I spent a fortune repairing my blooming car because that was it needed a huge service with everything needing replacing, brake pads, filters, oil change, the whole lot. It's a huge service, not a tiny service, so a huge service for that. Little lad decided to spin things around in the front room and smash our telly. It had 10 years worth of life out of that, so we had to buy a new television as well. Refrigerator, again tackled by our little one. He played with the thermostatic to the point that it no longer functioned anymore. And when I called the support line, I had a little moan here about support lines. Found the support line, I got, well, if you take out this one, you pay nothing now. But by the time you've paid it, it's 200 and something odd pounds for the first year. And then, of course, we want to continue charging you. And basically, you won't charge you the first one, or we won't charge you anything if we can't repair it. So we'll come out and we'll look at it, and then we'll charge you whatever else. Or you can have a one-off repair for half the price of a refrigerator or fridge freezer. What the hell? Seriously? And I said to the guy, because I did the maths, you know, and this is the thing, I did the maths, and I guess if I didn't have the money in the bank, I would probably have to take their option where I take out and pay them monthly for whatever else it is, and I would hope that, you know, and I feel that's pretty bad realistically. But the single repair, I did the maths, and I went, no, I'm not paying you that much money to do that. I'd rather buy another refrigerator, so I bought a new fridge freezer, you know, and that came as well. And they talk about a national recession. They've had loads of money off me recently. Everything's blooming broken. So, no, there's no recession. It's definitely not happening. There's no recession. Everybody's gainfully employed. Getting stuff for me. Right, okay, that's done that bit. Let me just swap this over and let's go for it. So, according to the keys, we've got ZC, and then we've got move forward any key on the second row, right? And then to jump, any key on the third row. And then to drop and pick up is any key on the top row. Well, that's fair enough, so we'll do that. So what do we want? What's 5? Directional control. No, we don't want directional control, because that means doing whatever else. This is where you rotate. Okay, let's play the game. Do. So there we are. And the only thing I remember about this that's really interesting is the night and day. So he changes from being sort of Saberman into the wolf. And if you're at night, for instance, I think he won't be able to jump up there. But when it gets to night time and we mutate, because we do the mutation now, blop, 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 we should be able to jump that. Oh, maybe not. I lie. Okay, fair enough. I thought he could jump higher. Yes, he can. So what am I doing? Am I missing a trick here? Let's quick before daytime comes. No. Oh, I thought you could jump that. Maybe I mean to run it. No. Oh, I thought I could jump that. I completely lie. But he definitely jumps higher than Saberman does. So the time in the day just whizzes by really quickly. I think there's a point though you become permanently the wolf. Is that right? I think that the point is that you become permanently wolfified if you get beaten by or you get you sort of keep this thing. But back in the day, this was absolutely cutting edge. This was a game you'd never seen anything quite like Nightlaw. There we go. Because he just walks backwards and forwards on the spot. He looks like the knight from Attic Attack. Very similar. Right. So we're the wolf. Oh, look at that. I managed to get on it. And then step onto that one. There we go. And we've jumped. And we make it down that side. But it's a maze and find game, this one. And I think that, and as I say, it was absolutely cutting edge. I mean, nobody'd seen anything like this. Nobody'd seen this camera angle. And it was, and then it's obviously spawned a generation of games that are very similar to it. But at the time, it was never not seen like this before. I mean, the animation, the look, the feel, the speed. It's quite a speedy little game. There's something going on down there, so I'm going to go stand on that, see what that does. Let's do this. And we're going to go up here. Oh, I crashed in. I stood on the bad bit there. I'm going to go on that because there's definitely something down there. There must be something about this room because it's a puzzle game at the end of the day. There is a new game, isn't there? It's called Lumo. That is a. I wonder what that does. Oh, have I just walked myself into a trap? I've walked myself into a trap. It doesn't seem to do anything. That room. I thought maybe a door behind it, but it's Lumo is the latest. Is a new game. That's very much an old school isometric sort of view. I kind of liked it. I mean, it worked really well in games like Diablo. Diablo was brilliant for its isometric. We really enjoyed that. Now something to get off the top of him to pick up. Got me. I've got it though. Got that, whatever that does. Magnify, crystal ball. Can look into my future. Look into my past. Oh, I'm going to go the other way actually. Oh no, that'll be the other way around. It goes in a circle. I can't tell which direction I'm facing. Okay. Oh, I think I can't get up that because I'm... Oh, no, I can. I thought I couldn't make it up there for a minute there. Let's jump on here. Well, hey. And there. And we're on. I did that all right. Actually, much better at this than I thought I was. It's much improved. Go, go, go! Run, run, run! Oh, damn! There, before they fell down on me. I'm much better at it than I thought I was. Much better at it. I'm not showing it off very well, though. I'm afraid. I'm just showing you the basics, the ins and outs of it. The wolf thing. There we go. We jumped over it. Little moon thing at the bottom. Oh, alright. Does he need this then? Oh. There you go. See the old rating, the 8% kind of thing. At least it's better than the usual 2% from me. So that's fair enough. Right. Okay. Other side. Underworld. Let's do another ultimate game. Let's do that. Another ultimate game. I'm quite convinced that it's the death from heights that kills you, not the creatures themselves. I mean, I may be wrong in my statement there, but I'm absolutely convinced that's the nature of it. Again, this is another game I've got. Blooming gorgeous box. It's just got this sort of beautifully sort of outlined devil standing on top of a... Oh, I can see it from here as well. Where is it? I can see it. I can see it somewhere. I can see it, and it's just blooming gorgeous. It's an absolutely stunning cover. And I'm sure it's the devil standing on top of like a mountainside, sort of his arms outstretched. Hang on, I'm going to grab it. You stay there. Let me have a look. I'll see if I can explain it better. There it is. Yeah, it is. It's a devil. It's a devil standing on a mountainside with his arms outstretched. And they came in these black sort of cardboard boxes with a beautiful sort of the inlay. These are quality inlays. I mean, a lovely sort of card and inlay about sort of with a sort of, you know, the black void. Along dark paths I've travelled through caverns and hidden labyrinths. My path grown darker, deathly chill as I approached the Well of Evil. The Well of Evil. I didn't even know that was what it was called, you know, until just now. But I would have bought these just for the boxes back in the day. I didn't get very many though. I had, I remember I had Jetpack, and I had, what was the other one? Trans Am. Had Attic Attack, and they were the little small ones before they got to these ones. And of course, these have been way out of my budget range. You know, anything that was £10 was just too much for me. So that was like a £9.99 game. Even £7.99 was pretty much kind of close to my budget range. I remember buying Green Beret for £7.99, and that was, I mean, but to be fair, let's be honest, Green Beret on the Spectrum is just gorgeous. It really is. It's one of the, it's up there, one of the best games. It's just an absolute beast of a game. It really is. I do recommend Green Beret on the Spectrum. Green Beret on the Spectrum. Again, another game, a bit like Renegade. Renegade on the Spectrum is definitely better than the arcade version. With the arcade version being a sort of, it's got funny left and right kicks and a jump, whereas the Spectrum version, just one button does the whole blooming knot, and it really does work well. So Renegade, really good on the Spectrum, and then of course the sequel on the Spectrum as well, the Target Renegade that featured a couple of weeks ago. That is another cracking game, even though it didn't appear on the arcade. And of course, as I was saying, you know, the Green Beret, or Russian Attack is his name. Rush and Attack, you see, because they didn't like the Russians. It was a Cold War thing, and it isn't actually Russian. It's Rush, the word Rush, with a N. Russian Attack. See, Russian Attack. So you're rushing and attacking, you see. But Russian Attack or Green Beret, it's just an absolutely brilliant arcade conversion, which I think, personally, I think it's better than the arcade. It's another one of those games that is an absolute stormer. It really is. So you can't. There are some really good ones. That's one of those ones at the top of that list. You know, Green Beret is definitely up there. Renegade there as well for me as arcade conversions that went really, really well. I mean, the Renegade, you've got to take in context as well. They made the effort to map out the levels as well, extremely well, not badly, extremely well. They made a real effort to make those things the game match the two things. It's brilliant. Anyway, so yeah, there's our devil anyway, standing on top of there with his arms outstretched. I should just wait for the loading screen, shouldn't I, before going up there and picking up one of the most glorious cassette cases that I have. There's that one. I've got Nightlaw. I've got a couple of other ones, the ones. Oh, look, do you know what that is? That's me just jinxed because of the fact that it's the same point on the tape that previously it went. That's where it was not rewound. It looks like dirty and dusty. It's not nice. Right, okay, let's do it from PlayZX because I'm quite convinced it'll be on there, so we'll get PlayZX on and give that a go. Oh, my phone's causing the buzzing. There's conversation ongoing at work again. So on WhatsApp, so it's there giving it sort of chatting away. They are. I can't remember what about, but they are. Let's get Underworld. Can't spell. Underworld. I'm going to move it right over here so it can't. So the phone's not upsetting it. And push the play button. Done. Play. I'm going to hold it over there because of the conversation ongoing. So there we go. It's loading. So yeah, I'm quite convinced it's only the falls that kill you in Underworld, and I think some environmentals. I might be wrong. Oh, that's not very good. It's not even. It's not. Let's stop that. That's not even loading. Let's give that another try. You might get upset here because I'm starting again from the beginning, but we'll give it a try. That was a bit odd. I might even have to put the original cassette in at this point. I was going to do a short video, you know. I thought three sort of short loads will be fine. No, that's not working. Let's put the original tape in. Let's find out whether my copy works. Because I don't even know, to be honest. I haven't tried it. So let me put that over there. Put that over there, and we'll get this tape and we'll find out whether this thing works. Let's just give it a go. That's just not working. Either that, we're going to be seeing it later. Oh god, this isn't even rewound. This is a bad start. Let's try it though. Gotta be worth a try. Let's give it a rewind. Let's press the brake button. It won't do brake. Of course it won't do brake. That would be stupid to do brake. Stupid. Let's do this. Loaded it. So WH Smith tape failed completely, by the way. That WH Smith tape has failed. At least the Boots one is rewound, so that's a better thing. So WH Smith tape absolutely fail, unfortunately. Total fail so far on that one. Nothing else on it either, which is a bit of a shame. So we've just got to, as I say, Underworld, and then go from there. Now, if I remember rightly, anyway, about Underworld, the one thing about Underworld was, this will be interesting to see this loads actually, because I had no idea. And the one thing about Underworld was that you were just trying to get further. Were you trying to get down or out? I can't remember whether you were trying to get out. I think you were trying to get out. I should really read the instructions, shouldn't I? Tell you whether it was getting out. I'll do that. But to get past the bosses, there was like little bosses. You had to have the right weapon to destroy the bosses to get past them. So that's what you're trying to do. Right, let's see what we're trying to do. Distant rumble. My journey's begun. I must travel through the deadly labyrinth of the underworld to find the ultimate palace of darkness, in which lies the way to my escape. So you're going down, not up. So we're kind of going down the underworld volcanoes. Amazing. Excellent. It's original tape, this, as well. Original tape with that original cover. That cover's just amazing. It's glorious. I don't know who the artist was for all this. Somebody with a real sort of eye for this kind of thing. I don't know whether the game was created first or whether the packaging was first. I mean, the fact that it's like that on the screen there probably packaging second, and I think they knew what they were creating. I'm just wondering now if there was a receipt in here for how much it was. No receipt. Yeah, I didn't have as many big boxes as I would have liked back in the day. I had a couple of double dual boxes, and the things is that only certain ones struck me, and then there was things that I really wanted to own later once it through it. I am thinking about, for next week's, doing a special, and I said this in the introduction just before. Next week I think I'm going to do a one special, just because, and it'll be a long one, yeah, brace yourself for a long one. But I'm actually going to do a what's on the tape on the software tape. Now, if you remember, the software tape was, and I'm going to grab one because I've got one handy. All right, I've got a few. But the software tape, it's just a complete different thing rather than the usual. I'm just grabbing that. Hang on a second. Coming back. Right, I'm here. Right, so the Soft Dave tape was a tape that was created as a charity tape. Now, this wasn't the only one. In fact, I think there was a few. There was definitely Santa Claus, where some of the money went to Save the Children, I think it was. Now, this went to the Live Aid appeal, which was to do with the famine in Ethiopia. Bob Geldof did a big thing, and if you remember, what's he called was on it, wasn't he? Oh, Freddie Mercury was at that. Was that the comeback of Queen? I think it was, wasn't it? Anyway, Feed the World. It was Soft Aid, and now this was basically. I remember seeing this in W.H. Smith's. Now it had no pictures on it, but it was a compilation tape, and I used to quite like compilation tapes because more than one game on a tape. Wow. Blew your mind, didn't it? So we basically had more than one game on a tape. Oh, loaded from the original. That is brilliant for a start off. But I'm going to tell you about Soft Aid for just a second while we're doing it. Anyway, so we got Soft Aid tape, and effectively it had 10 games on it. So there's 10 things to look at here, and it also had the the Feed the World. Let them know that Christmas time, or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the whole song. You know the one. I had that as the beginning of each of the sides. And this is how I spotted some of the games that later on that I actually wanted to own in real life, including Coco Tony Wolf, Starbike, Spellbound, and The Pyramid, and a few others, basically. It's got a good combination of games on there anyway, so I thought we'd do that as a special, because I was thinking about it the other day, and I was looking at it, and I know that Dave Birtle had done Sorcery recently, and I remember really enjoying Sorcery. This is on his Spectrum Roulette that he does, where he sort of does a letter, and he's working his way through it. It's obviously up to S, isn't he? Or T now, is it? ST? Yeah, something like that. But it was S when he did Sorcery, obviously. And I said, oh, that was on the Soft Day tape, and it was also a Virgin game, by the same name, obviously. But I thought, yeah, I liked that. I used to quite like that one. It was very hard. I remember actually enjoying that particular game. So I thought, and I was talking to Dave and a few other people. I thought, do you know what? We'll do that. We'll do that one. We'll give it a go. Right, so we got these really horrible keys, and then we've got Cap, Shift, and Z and all this to drop a ladder, and then we've got Pickup, which is the B and the M. Right, okay. So let's give it a go. So here we go. Now, there's Pick Up that. Pick up. Pick up. How do you pick up? That was Pick Up, wasn't it? Oh, M, B. So see how they're not killing me. So now I've picked up a catapult. So they're not killing me. They're just sort of bashing me around, which is really annoying. But at the same time, they don't kill you. This is where you get into the trouble, though. That when you get into this bit here, and we start jumping. Oh God. Oh gosh. There. Right, okay, so we start jumping, and we're basically working our way down. There's a new life there. Don't fall too far. There, dead. So it is the jump that kills you, not the actual. Get off, keep firing. Not the actual thing. Now, a rope comes when you come down this way. It's the fall that kills you, not the up there. Go lost a life, and then. Not the actual creatures. They're just obstacles. They're in the way. They're just a pain, basically. And you use bubbles to go up. And we're going up. And we need to get to this Palace of Evil, wherever it is. They're so annoying, these creatures. Really annoying, to be honest. Right, let's go over here. Don't think this plant hurts me either. If it did, I wouldn't know. Oh, it poisons me or something similar. Ah, it makes me invincible, I think. Was that the plant? There we go. So that's the first creature. Now, I can't destroy him. he needs you need to kill a Minotaur creature. You actually need a knife. So I now have to go back the way I came to find the knife. Now I used to quite like this. I would spend hours trying to explore the whole thing. I think I got a reasonable depth into it. Never actually finished it, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. But I do remember enjoying this as a kid, and it was one of my sort of. It was quite a favourite, to be honest with you. But we need to find a knife. So that should drop us off the rope. So we need to go back this way and find a knife to get us further down, to get down to the devil himself, to his palace, the palace of evil. There we go. There's some extra points there. Never understood the points really in a game like this, but that was always the definition. That was your achievements of old. You know, nowadays there's achievements and trophies. That was your achievements and trophies of old, basically. Ah, no! I never really managed to do that properly. But at least they don't kill you. It's just the falls that kill you, which is a lot of. So, that's... Oh, missed the jump. There, on we go. Leave me alone, creatures. Leave me alone. I've done nothing to you. I'm just trying to raid your palace. We're going up. There we go. Alright, I don't know which direction I need to go here, so we'll find out as we go up. This is going to be a long way up, I can feel it. Alright, yeah, we have to go up in this study here to get... That's a new life there, by the way. I just didn't get it. We used to spend ages obsessing over lives instead of actually getting on with the game. Trying to get them when they were at certain points. I think we need to go up. I'm going to assume it's that direction. It is. Right, over the top of here. See, the house reminds me of Attic Attack with the sort of styling. Because, of course, well, it should do. It's the same people. He looks a bit like Saberman, to be honest, as well. A little bit. See if we can find the knife to beat this guy with. Because that's how we get past and further down the level. Oh! I was lucky. Up we go. Oh, need to move across a bit. There we go. The jump's a bit wild. It's actually quite a good game, though. I do like it, and I'm pleased that my copy loads. I've lost a life again doing that. Should we try going up in the middle here instead? Let's go to the middle here where the little dinosaur picture is. Oh. Yeah, okay. Can we jump up there, please? There we go. That'll do nicely. I'll take that. Ah, no. Death. No, 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 what are you thinking? And brain was not thinking there, point the wrong direction as I did the jump. Just jumping across everything. Ah, dead. 5% of Underworld. There we go, Underworld! Hurrah! As I say, I said this was going to be a short episode, and it's not. It's turned into a long episode after all, because that tape was rubbish. And we had to reload it several times. We should not have been loading it so many times. Let us go with the next one. Right, okay, so where are we at? This is rewound on Uridium, so let's do Uridium. Hopefully that'll load nicely and we won't have a problem. This is Hewson Software, or Hewson, isn't it? They're still around, aren't they? They still exist, I think. That's the general gist of it. Let's go for it. We'll give this one a play, and we'll give this a look. Now, this one is a shooter. This one is a cripplingly difficult shooter for me because I am absolutely rubbish. That wasn't very good, was it? What happened there? Has this been overwritten once? Okay, fair enough. This is where it isn't, and it's something else. No, it is Uridium. Now, I found this particularly difficult, this particular game. I never really quite got it. Oh, God, the keys are going to be horrible. I don't think you can redefine them either, or is there a way to redefine them? I think there's a way to redefine the keys, and I can't remember what it is. And there's little things at the bottom of the screen loading. That's the loader at the bottom corner there. And bottom left is a little loading thing. I always found this really difficult as a shooter. It's very, very fast. I think, is it 5 dreadnoughts as you have to destroy? So basically, Earth has sent you up with this fighter to defend the planet by destroying these 5 dreadnoughts that are up there. And it's just really, really hard from my point of view. I'm really bad at it because I always go too fast and then crash into stuff. And if I go too slow, I crash into stuff. And I can't really win because I'm rubbish at it. So what's the fire? Enters the fire. I tell you what, this would have been fine on a 48K, but I can see that it's rubbish keys on a +2. It really is, because the L and the shift key and the symbol shift key and the enter key are in terrible positions. I'm sure you can redefine the keys if you press R when it loads up. We'll find out when it loads, and we'll find out what happens with that. So, but I'm just rubbish at it, but it's really good. It's another really good game, specifically developed for sort of 8-bit generation computers. But it was a good shooter. I'm surprised it actually didn't make it further. Don't think it made it to things like Master Systems and NESs and things like that. It's a bit of a shame, really. There was a game I saw not too long ago, and I can't remember its name. Oh, I'm racking my brains. Where they basically it had been created on an Amiga and transferred to the Mega Drive, and you could tell it had that Amiga-esque thing. The thing about the Amiga, if you were a Commodore Amiga user, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When you had parallax scrolling or a visual or whatever else it is, and you had that back plane, for some reason, I guess it was the 80s or 90s, early 90s maybe. It was just one of those things that there was always a gradiented sort of, sort of blue to pink or some kind of gradient on the background that was always like there, persistent sort of. It was like the fill. Somebody discovered the fill can fill from like blue to pink and make a gradient as it went, and they were always there. They were persistent, and the Amiga was particularly sort of obsessed by this gradient sort of appearance on the screen, and if I'm absolutely honest, I mean, I don't mind it. It reminds me of the 80s. I love it in that way. But when they did this Mega Drive game, and the Mega Drive wasn't quite like that, and it's got this particular game with it, and I can't remember its name. I want to remember its name. It's a gravity type game where you sort of thrust around the place. Really good, actually. Really well constructed. But it was created by, as well, I remember, this is even the worst, because I remember who created it, because I looked it up. It was a group of Amiga sort of demo group guys, so back in the day there was a real scene, and it still exists, but the thing is, the hardware's so powerful now, proving that you can do a demo on the hardware nowadays is really hard. Can you imagine the development work that it requires to effectively melt a CPU nowadays? It's pretty tough, actually, especially, yeah. So those original sort of demo guys really pushed the limits of a particular hardware, and it was actually created by a group that did Amiga demos, created this game, and not to push the Amiga necessarily. I don't even think it appeared on the Amiga. This is the funny part, but it ended up on the Mega Drive, and I guess it didn't push it too far, and I guess there is real commonality there, because they have the same processor on the Mega Drive as they do on the Amiga. So I guess that port and that conversion was probably a lot easier than I would like to think it was. But what a way to go. Normally it would have been a PC computer talking to the Mega Drive with the development kit. Wow, it loaded. I think you can press R. No, you can't. That's me speeding it up. There we go. Anyway, that's us. So basically, we've got this dreadnought here. We have to destroy all of the things on the surface before we're allowed to enter the layer at the bottom. And it does play really well. I'll be honest, it plays really well. And those things are horrible because they've got little things that fly out of them and destroy you, which is really, really annoying. There's like a little red thing there, sort of like activates and tries to shoot you. Let's see if we can get some of these planes though that are on here. So there's some on the deck. Got to destroy them on the deck, and then quickly before that thing hits me. I'm really bad at the crashing into it. There's like a lovely bit of shadowing going on as well. It's really good. Actually, you know what? It's glad to see that. It's run though. That's nice. That's good. It's run. sure it was R on the keyboard that allowed you to redefine the keys. I remember reading this last time I think we played this, and then we found out how horrible the keys actually were, and I can't believe I keep running into things on there. Wonder if we can... There we go. Let's put my initials in. There we go. Yeah, I remember playing this last time, and I'm sure I was kind of like... Keyboard? 2. Keyboard, player 1, keyboard, right, okay. 3, keyboard, player 1. 1, right, okay, 4. 2, player 2 joystick, yeah, okay. 5. Play. Okay, so there's some keys on the keyboard you can press. The 5s and what. It's not obvious though. You wouldn't know unless you actually owned the sort of the original version of this game that those are the buttons you needed to press. So it's not an obvious one. There we go. There we go. I'm not sure how much stuff you have to destroy on the surface of this thing to make it do its thing. Oh damn, gap there. I just wish the keys could be changed. I'll put 2 players in. Player 2. We're going to zoom player 2 through across the map. Full tilt. Oh wow, what hit me? I didn't even see what hit me there. Something hit me. Oh damn. I'm not doing very well here. What's the key then for whatever else is? I'm going to crash into something here, to be honest, because I want to get back to the menu and see if I can push some buttons, see if we can change the keyboard and things like that. Okay. Player 2, prepare. Yeah, okay. He's going to crash into that, and that's him done. Let's press 7 maybe. 7, 8, 9, 0. 0 probably starts the game. Playing the music. Prepare 0, 1. Don't know. Bit hard to play with those keys though. I should have put the joystick in if I'm honest. So anyway, yeah, Uridium, good game. Nice to play. Okay, carry on. One more side. We have Firelord on this, and as I say, this is kind of... I quite liked Firelord. I remember quite enjoying it back in the day, and I've definitely got a copy of it. I've said back in the day 30 times on this video, by the way. It's all been back in the day, which is almost always is, to be honest with you. Back in the 80s, when the Generation X was having a cool time. All that, the Spectrum and Commodore and Amstrad generation, all having a great time. Oh dear! Can you hear that? Sounds like a dead animal's actually going inside my tape drive there. So, it's going to load though, I can tell. I can feel it. I can feel the loading of this one. It's going to happen. We're going to have it. We're going to get some of this. So, but you know, back in the 80s and 90s when the sort of most of us were Generation X rather than boomers, as they keep confusing us with these millennials. We're not those. We're Generation X, most of us. Especially this generation who plays these games at this sort of age rather than the little bit further back. Oh! I forgot I'd got another loader like this as well. It's another one that's got a loader with those sort of dots down in that bottom left-hand corner. Fingers crossed. I think it's got a nice screen, this, because it's got like the little man on it. So it's quite a nice screen on this one. I don't know what the keys are. I'm hoping that they're I'm just looking. Sorry, it's a sidetrack there. Back of that piece of paper, the Uridium piece of paper, I forgot to flip it over for you. On the back of there, it's an envelope. The inside of an envelope on the back of it. One of these ones that's been pre-printed with the name of the company over and over again. And I was just reading it and trying to work out what it was. And it's Nationwide Building Society. So it was printed. There was somebody tore out the back of an envelope from Nationwide Building Society. There we go. They either worked there or they got a letter from them and did whatever else it is. Stephen Crow. I'm sure we've had games from him before, actually, to be honest with you. It was Iridium by Stephen Crow. I have no idea, to be honest. I cannot remember. It's a shame we don't know what those little blinking lights actually represent. They just seem to be a countdown. Do they count down the colours to white or something similar? Through the colours on the keyboard? Don't know. All we've got is a loading screen. These ones I always found a bit annoying. It was always better if you at least got a timer because you could tell it had stopped or something. These ones are annoying because you don't know what's happened at any particular point. That just seems there's not a really a great deal of to reference with a loader like that. It's a bit like the Commodore with it, the fact that they actually had to sort of fake that loading thing for Commodore users because they didn't actually have a load as such, if I remember my facts correctly. Spectrum, it was built in, the whole lines down the side was kind of a fact of the failure of... Not fact. Because they couldn't do two things at once, the processor, the ZX81 used to sort of cause sort of disruption of the video display. I think that's what it was, wasn't it? And then so that came over to the Spectrum. It wasn't really it was more of a fault, not a fault, but yeah, it wasn't a fault, but it was a fault. It was just the way it worked. So they brought it over to the Spectrum, so we had it. But whereas Commodore didn't actually have that. I don't think the Amstrad does either. I don't think there was a specifically designed loader element. We're now squeaking again, by the way. It was the mouse and the drive. That's what we're doing. We're EEing again. But yeah, there was a specific sort of way to do it. I'm quite pleased though. I'd like to say though the Boots has won this one again. WH Smith's is not even a close second with complete failure of everything that was on there from years and years ago. However, the Boots one in its storage has been stored better, so it had a slight advantage, and the WH Smith's had a handicap at that point of view. It's funny because in my home city, the WH Smith's is right next to the Boots, and that was, you basically went out one into the other to when you were looking at Spectrum games or whatever else it is. However, to be fair, my Boots wasn't as good as my WH Smith. WH Smith was the king of sort of Spectrum games back in the day. Boots, however, was definitely the king of the consoles for me. If you wanted to go see a Nintendo Entertainment System, that's where you went. You popped into Boots. Boots had those out, and they were out, and you could push buttons on it. They often take the controllers off because kids would stand there for all day playing things, like Duck Hunt and whatever else is. They used to take them off, which is a bit naughty. We used to like that, but anyway, that they were the king of the consoles for me. The other king of the consoles was a bit further walk, a little bit further walk, so you had to cross a few more roads when you were little. And maybe it is coated down to white, because look at the colours of the white there in the bottom left now. Just aside. The other king of the consoles was Woolworths, of all places, and Woolworths had Master System. It's where I first saw a Master System, actually. And Alex Kidd, that was what it was. Alex Kidd and Master System in Woolworths. That was the first place at the time I actually saw that. Oh my god, it got right to the end and then failed. Unbelievable. Right, we're going to give it we're not going to try that one again. What we're going to do is we're going to stick the Firelord onto the PlayZX and go from there. So let's do that. Just fast forward that tape so at least it's on the end. So, of a possible 2 loads, the Boots tapes gets 1, and possible 2 loads, the WH Smith's tape gets 0. So the Boots tape has it. I actually wonder what across all of this series, which actual tape has, what brand has lasted the best. I wonder how many have actually done it. I'm going to hope this is in here, because Firelord could be... Firelord, aha, we have it. Done. Oh, stop. Play that one. There we go, Firelord. I was surprised because, as I say, Houston still exists. So it's a bit like Thalamus still exists, don't they? Thalamus did, but they call Thalamus digital now. I don't know if that's any bearing on anything, but they still exist as well. We've had a bit of failure this week. Last week was absolutely brilliant. Everything loaded, didn't it? If you remember rightly, everything was a loader last week. The tape drive was good. I mean, I cleaned it and everything this week, but it just. When I want to do a shorter video because I've had a sort of busy week with very little sort of sleep and whatever else it is. This has been one of those weeks. I say the worst one. Oh, and I was talking about the sort of massive recession or whatever else, and money going out. On Friday, just to finish off my life beautifully, I got the shopping out of the back of the car, and when I did, I pushed the button on the boot, and it just crumbled under my fingers. And by crumbled, it went crunch, and I went, what? So I thought, well, I'll shut it again just to check that I can still open it, because it felt it collapse. The button under my fingers, so I shut it again just to make sure it would lock. Actually, is why I wanted to shut it. So I shut it to make sure it would lock, and then I went to open it again, and I couldn't. And stupidly, I'd done it with the shopping still in the blooming car, so I had to open the back seats and pull all the shopping through the back seats to get the shopping out at the same time as dealing with, and then I had to go. I popped out of the garage, and I'm like, how much for another one of these? And it's a nice cheap nearly £90 that I have to pay to have this blooming button fixed, and it's not a warranty thing because my car's far too old, because I don't have a new car, quite an old car at this point. But that's something else. It's just one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those things just not working at the moment, and I should have known what's on the tape, that there was no way on the face of the earth that I was going to get them to all load in first time round. I would have loved it if they had, because this would have been half the length of time. Well, it might have been 40 minutes, but, still, it would have been a lot less, and we could have spent more time playing games than watching loaders. But anyway, it is the nature of the beast. You come along to listen to me ramble about this kind of rubbish, and you've come to see what games finally do load from those tapes that do load. As I say, we're going to do a weird one next week. I definitely feel like the soft ADA tape is the way to go. I think we can definitely have a play with that, and it would be nice actually to see that. I've got some nice clean tapes from that as well. As I say, I seem to have 4 copies. This is when I was buying bundles, you see. I used to buy, when I first started collecting Spectrum stuff, I think everybody does it, don't they? When you first start collecting, you just buy bundles, and they become shelf fillers, and you've got lots of shelf fillers, but you get things that repeat over and over again. One of which for me was Soft Aid, and the thing about the software tape, I don't know why I haven't got rid of them, to be honest with you. I think I haven't got rid of them because I haven't got down to playing them. That's what it is. I haven't got rid of them because I haven't had a chance to try one to see whether one loads or not. So that's why I've kind of kept them. But as I was saying before, there was a number of charity tapes as well, and the other one was War and Want, which is the other one that's there. It's got 10 games on that. Another one that I never saw on the day. And it's called, it comes with the sort of War and Want WoW Games, it looks like when you do it, so WoW Games. But that's another kind of charity tape that was generated with another 10 games. Well, I haven't tried that one either. That's one I need to tackle at some point. But we'll use the final what's on the tape of season 7 to do that. Oh, we're going to have a nightmare. We are going to have one of those days where things aren't going to go the way they should do. Right. Okay, so I'm going to stop that, and I am going to come back in a second with Firelord, and I'm going to load it via the DivMC. So you just stay there, and this will be pretty quick because it'll come straight back. Hang on. Okay, so I'm back with Firelord. Now, I've actually put this on the Omni because I thought it would be easier to use the Omni, actually. Let's define our own keys, though. First, number 5. What do we want for left? We want left, right, down, up, fire, H to pause. Cool. So we've got all those keys in. Let's start the game. I can't remember very much about this game, if I'm brutally honest. The tarot thing. Alright, there's our little man. And that gives us the ability to shoot when we pick that up. That's health. So at the top of the screen we've got, and this is kind of what was in that manual there, we've got like a little health bar that goes down. We have to eat to do that. We've got a magic bar, and then I can't remember what the other one, I think that's our energy. I love the graphics for this. I forgot how good they were, actually. Oh, it's so much easier with a controller. Right, so this is the we'd like to trade something with you. So if we put that on the table, they'll trade us whatever this is, which was something in that manual that person had sort of written out. Where's the piece of paper? I have found the piece of paper. I have it here. It is a timescape, cast a spell, place a magic place. Right. Well, we don't want that anyway. But you meant to, if you want to steal it, you kind of have to go through the whole thing of pushing this one to steal it when they're looking the other direction. It's quite hard. I remember it being quite hard. If you get it wrong, you lose life. Nice graphics though. Really nice graphics. Yeah, I think that's... Can't remember what you have to do to get rid of that. Oh, we need food. That was more magic. Trying to avoid the fire. Let's do this. Can't remember what the story was with it, but I do remember the graphics are nice, and it actually plays... it's really smooth, isn't it? I mean, the whizzing round there, very smooth indeed. Magic place. Ah, right. Reach here again. You have to put in that spell. So there's the spell below. Broomstick and whatever else it is allows you to go back to that place. I remember the death is quite good on this as well. 2 items to pick up there. More food. So I think I've got something to trade now. Okay, let's whiz around here. You don't die very difficultly, do you? It's not a... It's taking me more to... Ow, he says that as he just runs into that like an idiot. Oh no, don't run into it again. What am I doing? Right, we need to... No, I don't think I'm going to squeeze past that. I was thinking I could squeeze through the gap in the middle of it. Clearly not. Aha, another house. Ah, so she's got life, magic place and scales. So I can trade her one of these for the scales. Oh, right, okay. No, there's more to it than that. Oh, that's food. So she's got food to do with time scales and then brooms. So I'll swap for a broom. I don't know what a broom does, but we've got a broom now. I have a broom. I can't remember anything about this actually, this game, other than shooting stuff and always dying a lot. There's a gambling thing as well, and trying to steal stuff from people was always a big thing. Gives me warm fuzzy feelings, this one. But as I say, I can't remember. It was one of those special tapes that I had this on. I think I'm going around circles here. Yeah, I am. One of those ones you also needed to map out. Plays alright, doesn't it? See, I can't remember what I'm doing. Should we try steal something from somebody? Let's go up here and see if we can steal something from people. This is the fire. I just ran into the fire. Like an idiot. Oh, maybe we can get past the top of the here, actually. Let's go this way. Ah, another house. What have you got? Signpost. For a broom? Gives me a signpost. I don't know what a signpost does for me, but it sounds great. The Eastwick of Upper Hawkwood. Alright, so that's where I am, location-wise. Because I'm clearly lost in the woods. Right, slowly through here, because I know there's a fire there. So signpost gives you directions. See, I can't remember much about this. I want to steal. Oh, he caught me. Oh, got innocent all the way through. Yeah, so you basically steal. You have to do all this. Oh no, got caught. And you got to do it all in order. So you got to take it. Death. So you got to get them in order, really quickly. Caught me again. Damn. That's me over. Dung. Was really tough. I remember that. You get like 3 chances to do it. Feudal rating, peasant. Oh,
I didn't want to be a peasant.
Very fun, very nice. Now, just as a little bit of a bonus, I actually put in on the Div MC in the Omni, I actually put Uridium, which used to be a lot easier to play on this setup. So I thought we'd give you Uridium a go again with a little bit easier on the keyboard and see if I can actually do anything better than I did before. So let's do that, yeah. Prepare, player one. Here we go. So the keys are hopefully a lot easier for me to... And he's still rubbish at it. I'm going to have one go at it and we'll see whether I'm any better. I don't think I will be. The keys are a little bit better, but not brilliant. Right, okay, so that's a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier to play. I still don't like them. That way, and then we've got to go in here like this. Oh, got got by them. I've never actually been able to do it. I'm not very... I don't understand why I'm so bad at this game. However, oh, God. I don't even see what got me there. Oh, I'm really rubbish at this game. I said one go at it, but we're going to have another go, considering how bad it was. I think every time I've ever played Uridium on this thing, on the Spectrum, I've always been rubbish at it. Right, let's have another go. One more go. One go. That's just it. One go. Right. That thing got me. That launched from the thing and blew me up. So that's pretty harsh. I think it resets everything as well. You don't even get a chance to kind of not... Oh, damn, I knew that tower was there and I didn't even do it. I think it resets everything as well. I'm just doing really badly here. Right, quick. Right, so I've done them, got all them. I think you have to shoot all the things off the deck. Right, okay. Where is it? Oh, God. I made it further along. There's the things off the deck there. I've got those off that deck, so that's the things off there, that dreadnought. Oh no! Have I got it then? Is that it? Was that what I was meant to do? I don't know how I'm going to finish this game. It's game over again. Anyway, it's game over for me as well. And it's game over for this episode of What's on the Tape. As I say, next week a little bit different format, just for a change. We're going to try the soft day tape just for the fun of it. At least we'll know what we're getting, but it'll be fun to try because it's been a while since I've played it. So it'll be nice to see that one for a change. So a little different for the next one's What's on the Tape. Then I'm going to take a quick break, as I say, because I'm ready for a break. Actually, not from you, but just everything for a bit, for a little bit. Wee break, and then we're back after 2 weeks, and we'll start with season 8. Excellent. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye now.